Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is scheduled for one episode with a 1 hour time limit. Introducing first, the host. He is the longest reigning, most defending, and youngest ever Big Valley Wrestling fighting champion, the host with the most, the surprise on your toast, Ricky Tenacious. And now, introducing his guest. He is the Renaissance man of FSW, Josh.
Hey, Squid Dick, we gotta get this conversation going or what? I got stuff to do.
Tenacious time podcast. It's tenacious time podcast. Oh, grab your friends if you have any and come and have a great time with your host, Ricky Tenacious.
Bible. Hello, hi, how are you? Yes, it is that time again for another episode of the Tenacious Time Podcast. I'm your host with the most, the guy on your toast, blah, 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 blah. I already said all that bullshit. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you aren't too bothered by the new censorship. You know, when every time I cuss you hear Bible. You know, one of those. Anyway, but today we have a pretty cool show lined up for you. Today's guest is, I guess you could say, not someone, well, you do see him in the ring, but he's more affiliated with what happens outside of the ring, what goes into making the show happen. You've seen him all around FSW. Sometimes you've seen him at BVW. My guest today is Joshua, or Josh. We'll just call him Josh, maybe Baby
Joshua.
J.
Okay, if my mom wanted me to be called Josh, she would have named me Josh. It's Joshua. Okay?
All right, Joshua.
Can we get that straight, Ricky Tenacious?
Yes.
Mr. I do all my research on Wikipedia. Can we please get that straight?
Wikipedia is a very reliable source.
It is a reliable source. That's why you got no excuses for not knowing your shit.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, yes, so Joshua is my guest today. He is the Renaissance man.
The what?
The Renaissance man.
Oh, I like that moniker.
The Renaissance man of FSW.
Yes.
So take us through why you are called that.
Well, okay, I basically do damn near everything. I mean, I ref, I wrestle, I do the ring crew, I do cleanup.
You wrestle?
Yes, I wrestle.
Since when?
Since 2014, schmuck. Where have you been?
I've never seen Joshua wrestle.
Joshua has been wrestling.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes?
Yes. I wrestle a lot of huge issues.
Oh, okay.
Behind the scenes.
Well, excuse the hell out of me for not identifying poetic stuff.
I mean, I can't name names, but there's a certain guy in FSW. His name rhymes with Mo. He has yet to give me a spot in FSW because apparently, according to him, I have this very bad habit of sounding like a real prick when I talk. I mean, Ricky, do I sound like a prick when I talk to you?
No, you're more like an asshole.
An asshole?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, kind of a prick, but not full-blown prick. All right, okay, I get it.
Definitely.
Right.
So, yeah, you do. I'm very much aware. You help out a lot with the ring crew. You lead the ring crew. You know a lot about rings. This guy, he's helped BVW with the ring, FSW, ERA. Freak Show, definitely. You can put a ring in front of him, and he can make all the adjustments he can. He make it very better. He's very
hands-on.
Very hands-on, smart individual when it comes to construction and ring and wrestling. The ideal guy to have on your ring crew team, honestly. You also ref.
Yes.
You help out around wherever you can. You're a very helpful person. You're the ideal guy when it comes to paying dues in the wrestling business.
Oh,
you have paid a lot of your dues.
Yes.
But you really never stop paying your dues in this business, honestly.
No, you never do. It's like, I mean, yes, I've only been involved with wrestling for about 3 years. It'll be 3 years this coming March.
Hey-o.
Yes. One thing I've learned is that you never really stop paying dues because everyone is always going to be a student. It doesn't matter whether you've been in the business for 3 years or 30. You know, wrestle in the big leagues or stayed on the independent scene. Everyone's going to teach somebody something new, or someone's going to have to break into a new trend. You know, you never really stop paying dues. It's like I was told by my first trainer, one of my first trainers, is that the day you stop paying dues is pretty much the day you need to retire. You know.
I could agree with that, definitely.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's backtrack a little bit.
All right.
You said you wrestled. You've been in the business for about 3 years now. So take us back. What made you want to be a wrestler? What got you into the business? How did you find FSW? Or did FSW find you possibly? Take us through that story.
Well, everything would actually have to go back to the beginning. Like, I first really I just enjoyed watching wrestling ever since I can remember as back as 5 years old. It's like the first WrestleMania I ever saw was WrestleMania 6, main event, champion versus champion, Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior.
Heyo.
And I was a huge Warrior fan when growing up. I just loved how he, like, with the face paint, the tassels, running down the ring, beating the crap out of everybody, screaming. You know, it's like I mean, he was like one of the first guys that I really enjoyed watching, because he was so abnormally crazy and unorthodox. You really just never knew what this guy was going to be doing. But yeah, that was the first WrestleMania I watched, and I grew up watching the WWF. I remember the beginning of the Monday Night Wars. I was a huge ECW fan. I still remember my friends and I, from the time I was in third grade, freaking buying bootleg VHS tapes of their matches out in Philly and watching them in my buddy's basement. And we weren't technically supposed to, because it was very violent back then, but we didn't give a shit. You know, we were just a bunch of kids that just liked wrestling, and we grew up just you know, it's just something that grew on you. I mean, I liked watching football. I mean, I'm from New England, so yes, I am a Patriots fan. I liked watching the Red Sox. I like watching the Celtics. But it's like pro wrestling was just like the one sport that I always just really enjoyed watching. And my first wrestling match was actually an ECW match that was in 1997. Yeah. I can see the look of shock in your face. It's like, yeah. No, they still allowed kids in there back then. You know, if you paid the guys enough money, to let the kids back in. But yeah, my first wrestling match was actually at an ECW event in 1997. And that's pretty much like where I was hooked. It's like, I still remember the smell of the arena. I still remember, the sound of the guys hitting the mat.
That's awesome.
I just remembered everything very, very vividly. I still remember.
I'd probably give my left nut to see a vintage ECW show.
Well, it's actually kind of crazy, because ECW was like the one promotion I really liked watching. I mean, Tommy Dreamer was actually one of my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time, and I got a chance to meet him at WrestleCon a couple of years ago in California. And it's crazy because I actually got to go to their last match, their last ECW show in Pine Bluff, Arkansas in 2001. I mean, I actually got to go to that last match. So it's kind of like...
It was the last ECW show?
The last ECW show.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I remember very vividly. I was at... I had just moved... I moved to Arkansas several years prior. Don't ask me why that happened. It was like parents' issues, marital problems. Had to freaking leave. Bad neighborhood. I got attacked in a school year with a knife. Had to leave. Bad neighborhood. But yeah, it was fun times. But yeah, it was kind of funny because I found out that this one kid was sneaking off the campus of the school I was going to. I went to a Catholic school, so it was like very locked in. It was like military boot camp. But yeah, the freaking kid, it was can't remember. It was like a Jose Schluterman, some shit like that. But his brother used to come and pick him up every month and so, and sneak him off campus to go to the shows. Well, a couple of the guys and I got together, and we decided we're gonna blackmail this kid. It's like, nah, man, we're all going. And the match we went to was in this little rinky-dink arena in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and I saw the headline. It was from ECW, and I was like, oh, shit.
ECW?
Yeah, it was awesome, because like growing up in Arkansas, we got TNN, which later became Spike TV, so I got to watch those original matches that aired on TNN. But I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the same product that I was used to watching the stuff on VHS. It was like, it kind of seemed like watered down. But no, I've always just loved wrestling. I mean, I remember the start of the Monday Night Wars. I mean, that's how far back I went. So I was kind of just embodied it. And my mom and my dad were fans. My grandmother, my dad's mom was a humongous wrestling fan. Huge wrestling fan. She used to wear construction boots around the house when she was watching wrestling matches, because she would stomp her feet And it was really funny stuff. And like yell and almost put her fist through the TV when her favorites didn't win.
Oh wow!
So yes, it was definitely.
We definitely need more fans like that in Vegas.
Well, I don't know if you want my grandma. Well, my grandmother, unfortunately, she passed away a couple of years ago. But no, my grandmother would definitely be the type of wrestling fan that would jump the barricade and teach the heel a lesson. And God forbid the security personnel that tried to stop her. You know.
I don't know why we don't have. I would love a fan like that, because if we had a fan like that, I would pray that the promoter would make something like that happen, where you build it up for months, have the grandma super fan versus Kevin Cross.
My mind's probably on the grandmother. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, but I mean, I've only been in the business a couple of years. I mean, I do know we always would like to have those scenarios, but still, there is a problem. Like, if this was like the 90s, shit, yeah, I know everyone would be all over this stuff. But now it's 2017. Everything's a little more politically correct. Well, won't be now that Donald Trump has won the presidency. God bless America. Thank you. I also can see like a very humongous liability and so much red tape that has got to be taken care of, and so many written contracts that have got to be put in place, and so many contingencies that have got to be put in place before we can even contemplate putting a fan in that position. Because like one of the things that one thing I understand is professional wrestlers, like, we're there to entertain the fans. We're not there to fight the fans.
Yeah.
You know, and it's bad enough.
But sometimes the fans will try to fight us.
Well, but still, at the same time, Ricky, I mean, you've been wrestling now how many years?
Coming up 5 years in July.
Okay, so yeah, you and I, we're still kind of like in that same generation of the new guys being brought up, and we still grew up like hearing these, hearing the guys that were around 15, 20, 25, 30 years who are still in those arenas where the fans try to get involved and the fans got their asses kicked. You know, but still at the same time, it's like what worked 20, 30 years ago really wouldn't swing now, because everyone has a smartphone, everybody has
the internet,
camera,
basically.
everyone has, you know, like, what happens, what you can have a match right now, and I guarantee there'll be like at least 5 or 6 people recording this stuff and uploading it to social media, be like, hey, look at this guy, you know, it's like, and everything can get video spliced and edited and manipulated and memed to death and make you look like a bad guy, even if you know it's a very cut and dry. It's a very cutthroat industry that we're in. Yeah, it's like if you don't write it just right, this is the business that can ruin you.
Yeah, definitely. That's what's driven some people out of the business, or at least caused them to step away from it for a certain amount of time, make them hate the business they used to love. Yeah. And we all have our experiences that this business isn't the most reliable. Yeah. And there's definitely a lot more bad days than there are good days sometimes. Speaking of which, I know I usually ask this at the end of the podcast, but you seem like someone who'd like to answer this now, and especially with your experiences with ring crew, and I've paying your dues. I know I've paid a lot of my dues. I still continue to do that. I've helped with the ring crew a lot. I've set up many rings, torn them down all the time, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. And you run into a lot of obstacles, a lot of days where you just want to rip your hair out, and there's other days where it's like, and there's other days where it actually goes pretty smoothly, and it's just another day setting up the ring, and you're like, all right, so let's get ready for the show. So tell me, what have been some really good days on the job for you? I guess for Josh, as far as ring crew goes, or just what you do for FSW, and what have been some really bad days? Or actually, let me rephrase that. What have been some good days on the job for Josh, just working for any promotion? Yeah. And then what have been some bad days?
Tell you the truth, there's really hasn't really been. I really can't isolate any particular instance to where it's been like a good day, or any instance where it's really been a bad day, because as everybody knows, like, professional wrestling is like a gigantic machine, and every single wrestler is like that little itty bitty cog that it's just like moving in place in perfect unison, in perfect tandem with so many different parts of the machine. And just like with any complex machine, one little thing goes out of whack or just out of sequence, it's gonna affect everything.
Oh yeah.
And like I mean, I've never really had like a seriously bad day, because I mean, it sounds kind of messed up, but I am a little bit of of a masochist, I really kind of like it when situations are fucked up. Excuse me. I kind of like it when situations are messed up because I'm the type of guy that thrives on stress. I'm the type of guy that thrives on pressure. When people say, Josh, we only got 5 minutes to do this, we can't do this, I'm like, bullshit, let's go. Because that's just the mentality that I had. You know, it was like growing up back east. I mean, when I was born in Massachusetts. I grew up in a very strict Roman Catholic family. And it's like you grew up really freaking quick. I'm a third generation plumber. I've been working since I was 10. I spent 4 years in the Army, and it's like, I mean, you learn to grow up quick, and you learn to make do with what you have. There have been days where, prime example, there have been days where, yes, I've had, a dozen people for ring crew, but usually there'll only be like several of us working, and some people are standing around, and I have to kind of become a jerk and bark out orders.
Yeah.
And then there are some days where it's just like 3 or 4 of us, and the ring goes up, at a casual pace. Yeah, it's a little stressful because there's only 3 or 4 of us, but, somebody will crack a joke and we'll laugh and we'll just go about our business. Yeah. It's like, I mean, this is just me. It's like, Ricky, there are 3 types of people that I've realized you're going to meet in this world. You're going to meet pessimists, you're going to meet realists, and you're going to meet optimists. You know the different definitions of those, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, okay, well...
If you want to inform the audience, you can.
I'll give, the layman's terms, right? Or a pessimist is basically like someone who always has their head down. They're always going to think negatives. These are the guys who are always going to see the obstacles because they're literally looking at their feet the whole time, but they're guaranteed to see the obstacle last minute because they're really not looking at them. They're not looking at their path in front of them, and they're always going to hit the obstacles and screw up because they're not looking where they're going. They're looking down, so they're always going to see the problems, but it's going to be too late to fix them because they can't see them coming. Yeah. The optimist is that no worries, positive guy who always has his head in the clouds, glass is half full type person. Yeah, this guy could be a nice little morale booster for the crew because he can turn a positive out of a negative, but at the same time, that guy's head is so far up in the clouds he can't see anything in front of him. So the slightest thing to trip him up is going to be the hardest thing. It's like, my toilet backed up. Okay. A person like me would get the plunger and fix the toilet. Yeah. An optimist would be so dumbfounded and heartbroken he would get a chainsaw and go to McDonald's and go on a killing spree.
So Loony Bin.
Don't even get me started about that son of a bitch, okay? I got super heat with him right now.
Oh,
I'm
really?
not done. I consider myself a realist. I don't look at my feet. I don't have my head up in the clouds. I look directly ahead of myself. I can see everything. I know everything in my domain. I can see everything. I know exactly what to do. And I just go according to whatever comes in place. I mean, there have been days where I have, even the FSW ring, there have been days where I have torn that ring down by myself, loaded it by myself, brought it to the arena by myself, set it up by myself, torn it down by myself after the show, and then brought back to the school and set it up by myself. Case in point, I actually found out that Joe and Rocky cannot stand it when I do that. They can't stand it when I put the ring up by myself. They like that I can do it, but they hate it when I do it.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
They just, they can't stand it, but it's like, it's kind of fucked up because it's like, I didn't do it. I wasn't doing it, trying to prove how much of a badass I was. I did it just because I wanted to train. Yeah. It's like I can't stand it when we do a show on the weekend and the ring doesn't get set up until Tuesday or Wednesday. I was like, well, we're not getting better. It's like we're not getting better. Yeah. No, I do that for myself. I mean,
I definitely think I'm not. I know I announced for FSW, I wrestled there, but I don't think I have the full experience. I've never trained there for a long amount of time like some guys have and are grown in there. But I mean, I would think the students would do it.
It's very difficult. It's like one thing that I do realize is like as you say. I mean, we have more bad days than good days in this. And
if I can just interrupt you, I just want to go on the record here. I'm not trying to in any way, shape, or form bash how things go at FSW. No. I'm just giving my opinion because I was raised up the same, basically the same way in the business. If you want to wrestle, then you tear down the ring, you set it up, you do whatever you do. what needs to be done for the production of the show. Usually the wrestlers or the trainees they're the ring crew. They're the guys who help help make everything happen for the show.
Yeah.
Unless you're like some high contracted promotion that can hire people to do that. But in any other shape or form, then a part of paying your dues is if you're training, that's just the start of it. And that fee you pay every month to train in the ring and gain knowledge, that's just a part of it.
Yeah.
You still got to set up the ring. You still got to learn a lot about the business. You got to go on the road. You got to kiss ass when you don't want to sometimes.
I don't kiss anybody's ass.
Hey, then what was that about last night?
I don't know who the hell was here last night. I was home drinking rum chata with my old man. I don't know what you were doing.
Then who's licking my ass?
I think that's probably the cat.
Anyway, as you were saying,
yes. Ricky, I mean, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. I mean, I do know some promotions do have it easier than us.
Yeah.
Some promotions are kind of like on our level, and there's probably a greater deal promotions that probably have it worse than us, and like really struggling to get by. But one thing, I mean, you were talking about students and trainees, and even the wrestlers, and it was like. The one thing that I definitely have learned is like, I mean, I kind of already knew this coming in like for us being independent wrestlers on the independent scene. One thing that you are definitely right. Yes, tearing down the ring, setting it up, being there for the show, and doing everything is part of paying your dues. I think it's a lot more difficult, especially nowadays, because the way the job market is and the amount of debt a lot of people are in right now and the very few opportunities there are to make money, a lot of people are focusing more on just doing their regular jobs than actually kind of focusing on what we should be doing in wrestling. And it's like I said, what happened 20, 30 years ago is a lot different, because if anybody of us studied the territory days, even if you were like an okay wrestler on the show, you were still making pretty decent freaking money as a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
You were making pretty decent money. So like there were people back in the day who could afford to be a full-time professional wrestler on the independent circuit and do this. Now it's really not that is very few and far in between for people to break even with their money.
Oh yeah.
It's like
I said, professional wrestling, not the most reliable business.
No, it's not the most reliable business. This is I equate professional wrestling to kind of like being a beekeeper. Beekeeping is a labor of love. You really have got to love this business.
Yeah.
But most importantly, you really got to be able to afford to devote time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I kind of feel like I kind of got wedged in being like the middleman between the promoters and everybody else, because everyone knows I'm reliable and I can do this. I can do the ring crew and everything else. And yes, I am head for the ring crew. Now this is just me. I do not, under any circumstance, make excuses for anybody. I don't. It's like I tell everybody, like, if you can't be at ring crew because of work or something, hey, just. Dude, we all got these little computers called cell phones. Like, send me a message. Let me know.
Yeah.
It's a little concept called cover your ass, which is something a lot of people know.
Don't just say you're going to be there and then not show up.
show up, because then that makes you look like a jerk. You know, like my whole thing is like everyone has got to work. Everybody. I mean, you got a job, for crying out loud. I mean, you're the boss's son, and even you gotta get a job to cover your bills and your expenses.
Yeah.
But it's like everybody has a job. No job means no paycheck. Means no paycheck means no money. No money means no bills. No bills are getting paid. No bills getting paid. That means you can't pay the fees to train at FSW or BVW or anywhere. If you don't have a job that's providing you money to pay your bills and your expenses, I mean, being a wrestler is the equivalent of a blue sky pipe dream, and it's very difficult.
Speaking of paying bills, I'm aware you do live in an apartment or house or some type of...
I live in a house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Homeowner.
Yeah, homeowner, yes. Yeah, I moved into a house February 2016, yeah.
Fantastic. And I understand you have roommates.
Yes, I do have roommates. My buddy Marco is one of my roommates. He's also a student at FSW. He helps me out a lot, and
he's helped me out before too with rides.
Yeah,
he's cool.
He's a funny fucker, isn't he?
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's like sometimes I will try to give him a trick question in wrestling, like on wrestling knowledge, and he'll know the trick question in advance because he just knows so much. I swear to God, he's kind of like that kid who like sleep with like a wrestling encyclopedia under his bed, under his pillow, and by morning he's memorized it. It's like just like osmosis. He just absorbed everything. You know, like, you cannot ask him anything in wrestling that's happened for like the past 30 years and he wouldn't know the answer. Cocky prick, though. Yeah, the other roommate, I was very livid about going in this subject because that guy, he's vexed me. He's the bane of my existence. Okay, he is the Lex Luthor to my Superman. Okay, he is the devil to my God. He's he's a prick. He's a prick. I can see that little tenacious grin of yours coming, and I know I can see those gears turning. You have questions. So, Ricky, as the professional that I am, I'm going to maintain discipline and my composure. I'm going to answer these questions in a sane, appropriate manner. So please, Maestro, proceed with your questions about my roommates.
Loony Bin.
Yes, that scumbag, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've shared the ring with him a few times.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't live with him.
I don't think I'd want to.
It's not easy.
Speaking of Loony, why is there not, like, an internet YouTube show about you living with Loony Bin?
Dude, because unfortunately we tried it, but man, we're like... every single time we tried uploading a video, the owners of YouTube would watch it, and they were like, "No, we cannot let human beings watch this."
Oh boy.
Well, because I mean, listen, I'm not trying to say anything bad about him. Even I'm not. Adam is a good guy. Oh shit, but yes, we do argue a lot.
Uh-huh.
I mean, anybody that's both friends with me and Adam on Facebook can confirm this. We argue a lot. We don't necessarily get along. Henderson PD knows both of us personally because they've spent numerous visits at our home.
Is it true that they're so tired of you that sometimes they don't even want to put you guys in jail?
No. Oh, no, no. See, this is... well, Ricky, you notice these bags that I have under my eyes right now?
Yeah, and your bags have bags.
Yeah, my bags have bags. My bags have bags that have luggage. They're on layaway. Let me tell you about some fresh stuff. Ricky, what is today's date?
I believe it is the 3rd
The 3rd of January.
2017.
2017. So less than 72 hours into the new year. I just want to establish that for the viewers. Less than 72 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. I mentioned before that I was drinking rum chata with my father earlier last night, right?
Yeah.
Remember I told you about this? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it may have been before.
Thanks for the invite.
Dude, you're under the age of 21. I'm not gonna give alcohol to a minor.
I've held the fighting championship for 7 months, defended it against 10 people, won all of them, and you think I can't break the law a little bit?
No, because you're a minor. I'm sorry. When you turn 21, call me. I'll take you down to Chicas Bonitas, get you a lap dance, and get you shit-faced. And then leave you in northern Las Vegas to fend for yourself. And I'll steal the belt, and I'll become the reigning and defending interim BBW fighting champion. What, you didn't get the memo?
Just keep going with your story.
All right, cool. Now, check this out. I am a little inebriated because my father and I killed not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 little bottles of rum chata. They're about this. They're about yay big. And I got a phone call from Henderson PD. And I'm like, hello? Is this Mr. Sardina? I was like, yeah, who is this? I can't mention the officer's name because I'll probably get sued. But it was the arresting officer from night shift for Henderson PD. Apparently what Adam decided to do, Adam wants to go see Rogue One. Like, one thing I will say, we are huge Star Wars fans.
Rogue One was a really good movie.
Yeah. I haven't. Do not spoil this shit for me.
You haven't seen it?
No. As a Star Wars fan, I already know what the hell was going to happen before the movie even came out. But I like to let most of the riffraff and the freeloaders and like the hang-arounds go. So this way, if Adam and I want to go, we can have the whole, or at least most of the theater to ourselves. You know, like I kind of like my privacy. I like to sprawl out, spread my legs, take off my shoes. Lie down. I want room to move.
Oh, yeah.
I like to relax. Well, Adam decided that he and Coney were going to sneak out of the house and they broke into the theater at the Sunset Station disguised as janitors.
Okay.
Yeah, well...
With the mask on.
Yeah, with the mask on, yeah.
No one's going to notice.
Yeah, but...
Wait, was Coney dressed as a...
Yes, he was.
Okay,
he was wearing a little janitor outfit, but apparently, the security wasn't falling for this shit, so they're chasing them through Sunset Station. Now... somehow they decided no, they're not gonna deal with this. So they called Henderson. They locked down the Sunset Station. So apparently Adam and Coney were locked inside the casino. Henderson PD goes in there with the freaking canine units and they find him. Coney was on the floor disguised as a croupier, and they found Adam behind the bar posing as a cocktail waitress. So after a brief chase through the casino...
I have seen Loony bin in a dress, but I think that takes it to a whole other level.
He actually does wear it well. For a guy his size, he actually does wear it pretty well.
You would say that.
He's going to make some woman really happy, but she's going to be really messed up. I'm talking like Joker Harley Quinn type messed up.
Yeah.
Anyways, they had to taser both of them, and they had him in the drunk tank. Why they had him in the drunk tank, I don't know. But this is the thing, dude. I'm too drunk to freaking go. I drank 6 cups of Death Wish coffee just so I can afford to do this interview today.
Okay, thank you very much for coming.
Yes, otherwise I would be useless to you right now. I am too drunk to move, so I cannot, under any circumstance, drive, so my mom has to take me to the police station. So, my mother, you've met my mom.
Yes.
Sweet lady.
I met your dad, too.
Nice guy, isn't he?
Not really.
Yeah, I know.
He slapped me on the butt. I didn't mean to land on his lap when Greg Rivera waved me over.
Well, that was your call, bro. I mean, you put him in that position. Dad had to defend himself.
And those VIP seats, you get everything.
Yeah, well, my old man's got bad PTSD. You know. So,
okay.
Yeah. But,
I didn't know that.
No, well, now you do.
Yeah. Come to BVW. Be a part of the show. Go ahead.
Literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mom.
And physically.
Yeah. So my mom had to drive my drunk ass. This is the thing. I'm wearing sandals. I am naked, wearing sandals and a bathrobe and a beanie cap. And she's driving me down to the Henderson PD. I still reek of rum chata, and I spent about 3 hours in an inebriated state with my mom, holding me up, trying to explain to these officers why my roommate and his partner, the Cone, are not a threat to the civilian populace. And I tried to explain, I was like, listen, he really wanted to watch the movie. I told him, no, we're going to go on this day. He did not want to wait, so he decided to watch the movie on his own terms. Took 3 hours and several really strong cups of coffee to convince these guys, be like, okay, listen, we know you, we know this scumbag. Coney already has a record, just take them and leave. So I got everybody home, and the whole drive home, I really wanted to ask what the hell was going through Adam's head. But then I realized who I was talking to.
Yeah.
I'm a little messed up in the head. Okay? We can all admit that. Adam makes me look like a choir boy. And one thing that irritates me, especially about the fans, because I've said this time and time and time again, Adam and I are two separate people. I am not Adam. Adam is not me. We've been in the ring together. We've taken pictures together. You have seen us together.
Yes.
Is it a pretty sight?
It not really.
No, it is not a pretty sight. It is amazing we have not burned the house down.
Yeah.
It is not a pretty sight.
You know, for a second, I was thinking of inviting both of you and Marco to this podcast.
No.
But this studio is way too nice, and I cannot afford for it to get ruined in any way, shape, or form.
Guys, you guys, I really wish we had videos of this stuff. No, you guys need to see this. This place is immaculate. We have got recessed lights. We have got these are soundproof walls.
Yep.
Wait, feel this.
Custom Monet paintings above that.
Yes, we got these beautiful mosaic paintings all over the place. Dude, this is beautiful carpet. They steam cleaned this before we came in.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a beautifully vinyl oak table that we're on. We have got glass doors. We got these 2 big security guards.
Have you seen the catering room?
The catering room is bigger than my kitchen. Oh my god, it's like the kid. I'm really hungry. We need to raid that place.
Oh, that would be pretty nice.
Did you see those little club sandwiches that they got? They got the Monte Cristo sandwiches.
Yeah. Is someone at the door?
What was that? Do we order pizza?
I would hope so.
The
door's right over there if you want to go get it.
Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
Security is off right now, so...
Why are the security guards running away?
What? Felipe! Aquí!
Alright, hold
Who's
on.
at the door?
Hold on, I'm opening the door. Hold on. Surprise!
Bible! God damn it! Bible!
Bitch! Hey, wait, what the fuck you doing?
Bible!
Hey, Ricky, what the fuck?
Bible!
What's going on?
Hey!
Cocksucker little bastard! Hey!
Hey!
What the fuck
It's okay. Dude,
we still fucking... Don't you touch me, cum
Bible!
fucker!
Bible!
Hey!
How'd you get here?
I ran!
Well, you must have some really amazing cardio that could really use it in the WWE, but my god, you can't just
Dude,
barge
you can't
in
come
here.
Dude! Do you know what the hell I had to do to get here? Dude, I had to hijack a cab. I had to beat the shit out of a monk. Alright, I had to steal a bicycle, scale 3 freaking fences. I had to run over 2 watermelons, and I'm pretty sure I killed a baby. Do not
Bible!
me right now. You left me home alone. Dude, hey, first of all, I'm about 2 seconds away from
Bible!
a cop.
Bible! Bible!
Don't calm me! Tell me to calm down, okay? My face! Ricky, help me! Oh, Ricky! Dude, get off it! Oh, Ricky! Dude,
Bible!
Ricky! Knock it off! Oh, sh... Calm the fuck
Bible! This.
I'm not joking, dude!
Bible!
Out!
You're scaring. You're scaring the assistants.
I love it when he's angry. Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna.
All right. Okay.
lose my
Okay.
shit.
Loony. Adam. Josh.
Oh, please leave, Ricky. I'm gonna
No.
leave.
No. Don't leave. Don't leave me here with him, please.
Yeah, fuck
Anything but
He
that.
won't leave.
Just sit
He
down.
won't do it.
Just sit down.
He won't do it.
Just sit down.
No balls. What? Yeah, you won't freaking do it. I'll bet you $100 you won't
Bible.
fucking leave, dude. You ain't got 100 cents. You don't have any common sense. I'll fucking leave. You think I won't leave? You won't do it. Do it. I'm doing it.
No, don't leave.
Yes.
No, Josh. No, just
What?
sit down. We can do
What?
a podcast
Why are
together.
you
We can do a
running around?
podcast together. We
Hey,
can do a podcast together.
No,
We can do a podcast together.
Yay! She
right.
just got me.
Oh, and he
She just got me.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, hold on. Wait. Oh my god, this is gonna be the worst decision since the next. Hey, wait. Ricky. Wait, guys, hold on. Wait, no, real shit. Are we live right now?
In a sense, yeah.
So the cameras are watching us?
Well, I mean, this is an audio podcast, but there are security cameras in here.
I know they're watching. Hi, Mr. Trump. We voted for you. Shut
Bible.
up, Adam. You shut up, too!
Bible.
You better start running, boy. 5, 4,
3,
3, 2...
1.
Guys, bring it! Guys, bring the shit off
That's an expense. Oh, he's on top of me. He's on top of me. Bible.
Son of a...
Out of all the days.
I'll get the finger on my ass!
New hair. Damn it. Bible. Son of a bitch. I hate my job. I hate my job. Bible.
This podcast contains adult language, sensitive humor, and is not suitable for all ages. The views expressed in this podcast do not reflect the views or beliefs of the companies associated with the guests or the hosts of this podcast. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Martians and miscreants, this is your host, Adam Loony Bin, leader of the Lunatic Army. We interrupt your scheduled broadcasts, pre-requests to bring you a special news bulletin. Ricky Tenacious and my lovely partner, Josh, are a little indisposed at the moment, so I will be filling all the duties. Hold it. I lost a tooth. Oh yeah. So that's that corn I was looking for. Great. I can put that. Shut up, Ricky! I try to be nice. Josh! Hey! Listen, buddy. There are 3 ways we can do this. You guys can be quiet, you can make noise, or I can kill both of you. Just so you know, Josh, I wrote myself in the will. So the house, the van, your gun collection, the collection of condoms, they all come to me. Maybe not the condoms. Anyways, Martians, Asians, Trump supporters, and liberals. Today on the Lunatic Hour, we're going to be having a special guest. Ricky Tenacious. Ricky. Now, in spite of the accident that happened, I gave you fair warning. I said I gave you the 5 count, didn't I? Raise your hand up for yes and to the left for no.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's right. All right, that's right. I glued him to the chair. Oh, okay. Well, you don't actually look. Look at you got this nasty gash above your eye. I'm really sorry about that. But that may have been Josh because he likes throwing those haymakers. To me, years of the boxer. Hey, calm down, big guy. Remember, I still got those horse tranquilizers from Cincinnati. Yeah, you remember that trip, don't you? The more you struggle, the tighter those knots get. I was a Boy Scout, too. Well, technically a Girl Scout, because I couldn't get in with the guys. But anyways, so, what shall we talk about? The failing of the ozone layer? The epic Martian invasion that will be happening in 2018? The high price of gas that's riding up the food costs at McDonald's? The failing infrastructure of the sex toy industry? Or maybe, just maybe, we can talk about this most prized possession, the BVW heavyweight belt. Oh, excuse me, the fighting championship belt. Ricky, this is your most prized possession, isn't it? Is that a yes or a no? I'm going to take that as a yes. Ricky, I got a important question to ask you. Why does it say property of Vince McMahon on the back of the belt? One more time, please. You stole this from Vince McMahon? You stole this from Stephanie McMahon's bedroom? Oh, Earl Hebner came in and drugged Triple H and you stole the belt.
No.
I know it's ridiculous. You stole Vince McMahon's property. He needs his belt back. Otherwise, he can't produce a good show anymore. You know something? I'm really getting sick and tired of this. Check this out. Ricky, you're in luck. You know what this is? This is a tool bag. Let's see what we got. Let's see, we got pliers. Nah, hold on. Now we got super glue. Yeah, I can use that for injuries. What else we got? Oh, we got a bottle of Tabasco sauce. Hey, you can't go wrong with Tabasco sauce. Josh! Hey, hold on. And down goes the hippo. It's just a horse tranquilizer. He'll be out for about 7.5 hours. Don't worry, I do it all the time. It's the only way to get some sleep. Back to the tool bag. What else we got in here? Oh, we got the rubber chicken. Let's see, we got some lube. What else we got? A baby bottle. What the hell? I've been looking for this damn thing. Here, hold that, Ricky. Thank you. Yeah, what else we got in here? Ha! Scissors. For those playing the home game, this is Martha Stewart's most fucked up podcast ever. I actually learned this watching her stuff. Hold on. Okay, what else do we got in here? Oh, I also got needle and thread. That's going to be very useful. What else I got in here? Oh, Ben Gay. That's going to be becoming very useful. Emphasis on the word gay. What else we got in here? Oh. No, I won't use that on you. No, I'm sorry. I'm not that nice. No, I ain't got something. Hey, Ricky, I got something just for you. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey guys, help. Please help me, please. Okay, I know. Okay, he glued my hands. He's taking over my podcast. I think he's sexually molesting Josh right now in the other room. This isn't very tenacious at all. If anyone hears this podcast, just know that I lived life what it was worth. Okay? Vaping the finest liquid, wrestling the finest matches. Kane, you're my rock. I don't know what to do.
I'm back! Hey, Ricky, you ever playing Operation?